Good evening. We begin tonight with a developing international crisis. Global protests and sharp condemnation are spreading worldwide following the United States military operation in Venezuela and the capture of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. The action has sparked emergency meetings at the United Nations, mass demonstrations across multiple continents, and renewed debate over international law and sovereignty. Here's what we know. Within hours of the U.S. operation, protests erupted in major cities around the world, including New York, Buenos Aires, Mexico City, Madrid, Jakarta, and São Paulo. Demonstrators gathered outside U.S. embassies, chanting slogans such as "Hands off Venezuela" and "No to foreign intervention." In several countries, protesters accused Washington of violating Venezuela's sovereignty and destabilizing the region. At the same time, supporters of the U.S. action, including some Venezuelan expatriates, held counter-rallies, saying the arrest represents accountability for alleged corruption and drug trafficking crimes. The controversy quickly moved to the world stage. An emergency session of the United Nations Security Council was convened, where multiple nations strongly condemned the U.S. action. China, Russia, Brazil, Cuba, and South Africa described the operation as a violation of international law and warned it could set a dangerous global precedent. The United Nations emphasized that the use of military force without Security Council authorization undermines the UN Charter, except in cases of self-defense. U.S. officials defended the operation, arguing that Nicolas Maduro faces long-standing criminal indictments related to drug trafficking and that the action was necessary to enforce international justice. However, even within the United States, the move has triggered political backlash, with lawmakers questioning whether Congress was properly consulted before the operation. Civil rights groups and anti-war organizations have called for transparency and legal review. Inside Venezuela, the government declared a state of emergency, increased military presence, and imposed restrictions on public gatherings and media coverage. Opposition groups accuse authorities of cracking down on journalists and political activists, while government officials claim the measures are necessary to prevent unrest. The situation remains tense, with fears of further instability. This moment could have far-reaching global consequences. Experts warn the operation may reshape U.S.-Latin America relations, trigger retaliatory diplomatic or economic measures, influence how future international arrests are conducted, redefine debates over sovereignty, intervention, and global law enforcement. The world is now watching closely to see whether this crisis escalates or opens the door to broader negotiations. As protests continue and diplomatic tensions rise, one thing is clear: the U.S. action in Venezuela has ignited a global debate that is far from over. We'll continue to bring you updates as this story develops.